Outstanding.
It's not bad with the
Above
stealth
average,
overall.
especially for a trainee. Okay. You want to run it again?
No, I don't think so.
Very well, I'll log the results. Westridge can complete your evaluation once you finish the other tests.
Anything else you could share that might help me out? I feel like I've already got the basics down.
Of course, not enough of a challenge for you?
No.
Then I have an assignment for you. This one won't be logged.
What? You mean like a covert training op? Aren't you guys carrying orientation too far?
Hey,
Nothing
Barrage,
about
good to
the
see you.
protocol is orientation, Agent Thornton, despite the semantics. The penalty for getting caught, however, won't be a poor score. It'll be detention.
There we go.
So,
How's it going tonight? You finished dabbing on people in
I'm
Yu-Gi-Oh?
up for it. Let me see what you need. You want me to head back to the medical center? Why? What's the file name?
Jacob.
Why use this algorithm to encrypt it? That's like putting an electric fence around a dog kennel.
Your metaphor notwithstanding, the file contains the location of this facility, something people would pay dearly to have. Thus, the encryption. Not only will this be a much more practical use of your talents, but I think you'll be curious to see where in the world you're going to be sent.
Alright, let's do it.
Any other intel I should be aware of?
Nothing you can't find out on your own. We aren't even having this conversation right now, and the clock is running.
Got it.
Basically, yeah. The thing is, as mentioned, the missions are fairly linear. The story branches come with how you deal with characters. And the many different ways you can interact with people and what might happen to them as a consequence of your decisions.
Go ahead.
So you go through basically the same set of maps and roughly the same path, but you have decisions within those missions, and things can change pretty drastically come time for the ending. Oh, nice. Yeah, Labyrinth of Refrain looks fun. Alright, so we get to, as part of Parker's bonus objective, we get to break back into this section. However, we do not have our tranquilizer pistols. We gotta watch very carefully for guards. So there's only one in this section. Now, if I recall right, unfortunately this suit makes a fair bit of noise, so... Shit! Turned at just the right time. Wrong time, actually. Alright. I think that'll hurt with his rep, but I think we can still finish this. Alright. Yeah, we got a guy coming this way. Easy does it. Okay, yeah, his cooldown, his alertness went into, his alertness wore off before he could reach here, even though the guy unconscious was in full view. As I said, this is the kind of game we're dealing with. Let's see, do I have, forgot, did I pick up Silent Running? I did, yes. Alright. Now. Damn it. Oop. Spoke too soon. Now, one interesting thing about the skills in this game, they basically aren't even trying to be realistic. Like Silent Running literally just makes all movement silent. And you can just full tilt sprint at the enemy. Like, one of these stealth skills literally just makes you invisible, and you can, like, one-hit KO someone to their face without the guy next to him knowing. I mean, you know, it's supposed to be an abstraction. They're just... You basically have to pretend that you did an actual stealth maneuver as opposed to just bonsaiing right at the enemy. Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, the detection mechanics themselves aren't bad. It's the way the AI behaves both in combat and out of combat, and the way it transitions between them. It's more how enemy behaves when they're trying to take you down and when they've been alerted. That is especially jank. Anyway, we got the file Parker was looking for. Is there anything else in here? I don't think there is. think there'll be a few more guys on the way out. Okay. Oh, here we go. I was hoping it'd go for the choke animation. It's always kind of comical to me that you know, making an elaborate kick and flipping a guy over still qualifies as taking him down quietly. I think there's one more thing in here. There are little things you can get in here. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, dossiers give you more background information on the people you'll be dealing with, and if you collect all of them, you can unlock secret facts about them, which can give you special options, and also, if they happen to be a boss, give you a damage bonus against them. Now, there's not a lot of areas where you can run around and explore and, you know, take side areas, but they are tucked away in the world, and there are options to just buy them from intel vendors as well. So there are little secrets you can ferret out if you're careful. And that lends itself to a nice bit of replayability.
Dad, no problem.
I'll download it from your PDA. Were you seen?
Not enough to reveal what I was doing. Now that
So
you
yeah,
have this
because we
file,
weren't
anything you can tell me
perfectly
about my real
stealthy there,
assignment?
we lost a little bit of
You've gone to the Middle
repetition.
East to recover
But
stolen
we still get what we
missile
were
technology.
looking for here.
Your probability of success is in the lower 20th percentile.
He's got
Wait,
such faith
I'm
in
going
us.
to the Middle East?
I've downloaded intel onto your PDA. That should prove useful when you reach your destination.
That intel you gave me, why wouldn't I have that already if I'm going on the mission?
That is a good question, Agent. I will find an
Oh
answer
man,
to it when you can.
yeah, this game is
If
from
not
the
here, then in
pre-smartphone
Saudi
era,
Arabia.
and it
I like the
shows.
sound of that.
Good.
So when am I shipping out?
After you finish your orientation with Westridge, it's customary
Like,
for him
ooh,
to
blackberries.
outline in a slow and plodding way his expectations for you. Then he'll send you to fetch, like a good dog.
I'm not sure I like that comparison.
Yeah, well, none of us do, Agent. But such is the nature of the kennel you've been put in. Was there anything else?
What do you actually do here?
My primary role is intelligence analysis, but at times I serve as a handler during sensitive missions.
So you've been on a lot of Alpha Protocol ops.
Key ones, yes. I was involved in the events leading up to your assignment, in fact.
How?
I took on the role of a contractor, an accountant. Money is one of the
Yeah, I'm trying to
easiest
remember
ways
what
to
I
track
had
events.
before my first
It often
smartphone.
leaves the best
And
things.
unfortunately, it's going back
So
a
you're a
ways. It
spy.
probably was a flip phone of some
I'm
kind.
an observer. I rarely take action. But the smallest event, if analyzed incorrectly or acted on improperly, could have great repercussions. And that's where I come in, to interpret events.
Like butterfly wings sparking a tornado? That kind of thing?
Spare me the butterfly cliche. Guerrilla actions, nuclear tests, exposing a corrupt politician, a rise in grain prices, and... yes, the downing of an airliner in the Middle East. All of these things have the potential to create larger catastrophes.
Okay.
Controlling the repercussions of these events, getting agents the information they need to put fires out before they rage out of control, that is my job.
So when I'm in the field, my orders come from you or another analyst. My job is what? To listen?
Yes, it's a numbers game, but decisions must be made quickly. If the decisions are solely reactive or passive, well, then you operate at a disadvantage.
So sometimes.
Oh
you
man, that is
create
going back a ways.
For political equilibrium, yes, at times. At other times, to give America an economic advantage.
I thought we were mostly mission driven.
We are.
Ah, bastards.
But even you will see the effect that even seemingly minor interactions have on the structure of a mission. Carry the logic one step up, and it shouldn't be hard for you to grasp.
You like working here?
My responsibilities don't account for that, nor should they.
You know, I actually thought you were the janitor when I arrived.
That would
Might
either be an
bump the
insult
voices
or an
up after
excellent
this.
deduction. I'm
They
guessing
vary
the
from
former.
one character to
I
the
was
next.
actually just trying to make conversation. But why would that be an excellent deduction?
And this is kind of an
Because,
important point.
Agent, Alpha Protocol can only maintain plausible deniability as long as no one knows we exist. That means continually cleaning and scouring data, masking our communication lines, and protecting our global positioning.
I understand. That must be a full-time task, and an important one.
Agreed. Even Westridge would say I hold the most important post in the facility. So in short, yes, I clean up after others, and if necessary, I'm the one tasked with shutting this
Yeah,
program
he's
down.
basically a
Shutting it
cold
down.
numbers nerd.
Turning off the lights, putting up the chairs, locking the door.
What does that mean exactly?
This place cannot be found. If Alpha Protocol is compromised, any evidence of the program must be deleted.
That is one thing I do like about it.
But
Instead of just going down a
happens to
list,
the-
it's a kind of continuous...
I mean, is there
it's
an
a
escape
natural
route,
flow
or-
between the characters.
What happens?
And you have to kind of make snap decisions here and
Be
there.
specific. I dislike dancing around an issue if one exists.
What happens to the program?
Yeah,
Seems
I
like a
think his
waste of
dossier
resources.
literally says he
You're
understands
If any,
he understands
it starts
facts,
again on
politics,
another
but he does not understand
with a new
people.
agenda.
You sound like you've done this before.
If I have, it's classified.
Yeah, the gist of this is that Parker has been with the program a long time, longer than it's been called
Some of
out
them,
Alpha
yeah.
Protocol.
The others can wait.
All right, that's all 3 tutorials. Now we head back to Westridge and finally get our proper assignment.
You guys must have spent a fortune on the TVs in this place.
All
Oh,
done?
You tell me.
Now you're learning. I
good
have to
coffee.
admit, I was worried whether we'd be able to keep you here after you woke up in medical. You gave our staff a run for its money.
I gave it my best, and so did they.
Fair enough. It'll be a good excuse to up the morning drills around here. Looks like you did well on the tech portion of the test. Very well. Past Darcy's bitching, there's some real compliments in here if you look at the numbers.
Something like that.
Mina's report on your weapon skill was impressive. In fact, I think you outperformed many other guards. And it's your
That's
first
the
day.
main issue.
She's a good teacher.
She is.
It has that Mass
And she's a
Effect
good
problem
eye for
where
potential.
the summary
I'll
does
let her know
not
your
give you a
opinion.
clear indication of what exactly
Here's
you're
a
saying.
surprise, a positive evaluation from Parker. On the number side, as
Like, in
usual.
general,
But he
you'll have the
actually took
professional
time
note
to
on the
write a
right, the
sentence.
suave note on the
He
left,
did.
the aggressive note on the top left. But sometimes the
sentence?
one or
You may
two
have been
word
right about
summary
this one,
can't
Westridge.
doesn't clarify
For Parker,
exactly what
that's
you're going to
high
be
praise,
saying,
assuming
and then
you
you
don't
can't
let
really
us down
intuit the
like it.
consequences of what
Looks like that's it for the physical evaluation.
follow.
Now for the hard part. Tell me why you're here. Not everyone gets chosen for this line of work, but you volunteered. Usually we have to ask.
I want to serve my country.
And you think by being assigned here...
You can just
is the
imagine
best
the
way to do
picture of the
that.
crying
Give me
eagle
a
there.
mission, and I'll prove it.
What makes you think you're ready? Because I tell you, we get a lot of recruits in here, and you're not convincing me.
I'm ready. And I'm tired of my questions getting answered by more questions.
Welcome to our world, Mike. My job is to help you cut through questions and get an answer. Beyond the guns, tech, and sneaking around in the dark, there's one last part of this job that nobody else here quite gets.
I'm listening.
A classic pair, to be
Good,
sure.
Because listening
Hey,
is a
janitor.
large part of it.
Welcome to the
way
chat.
you
Good to
talk
see ya.
people, your attitude. That's what we're going to discuss now.
I'm not sure I understand. Is there something wrong with how I deal with people?
No, believe it or not, you're not here because you're a people person. You're here because your psych profile says you're skilled at manipulating others.
Was that a compliment?
You'll see. The way you project yourself definitely affects what people think of you, and your reputation with them.
And if I want to impress them?
You don't always want to or need to. Having a good or bad rep with someone can actually gain you different benefits. Sometimes you want to piss someone off, so they can't
So
think
yeah,
straight.
this doubles as a kind of
Other times you
tutorial
wanna
for
build a
how
strong
conversation
rapport with
works in
someone
case you
and
need some
talk
kind of
your way out
introduction to
of a
that.
bad situation.
I get the feeling
All
this was
depends
kind
on
of
your
written for
objectives.
someone that
This
was
goes for your handlers as well.
basically
We're gonna be
new to
sending you
video
into a
games
lot
and
of
just
dangerous
wants
places.
a
And you're
real
only
bare
back in
bones
this
level
one who you're talking
idea
to on
of
your
what
headset.
reputation
How you treat
what
them is
reputation
going to have an
does
effect
and
on
how
the success of
conversations
your
affect
mission.
that.
So if I piss them off, I'm screwed?
No. A handler that likes you too much and puts
And, you know,
emotions
it's
before
not
the
a
mission
bad
will be
attempt
just
at
as
trying
dangerous
to-
as one who resents you.
This is a long way of telling me that I should just act the way I want. I didn't realize this was an acting gig.
No,
So as you
again,
see, we
there
got
are
a
no
perk
bad
there
choices,
just for
just
testing
results.
the
Over
waters
time,
perk is if
folks
you
may
pick
hear about
one
you and your attitude
different
before
dialogue,
they meet
each
you.
different dialogue
They may
option
have
once in a single
preconceived notion
conversation.
of how you're going to treat them, which can
I think the
affect their
default is
reaction.
professional.
Well, maybe they should take the time to know the real me.
If only. Time's something no one seems to be able to spare, especially during a conversation. Although that can be a plus.
I don't see how.
The clock doesn't stop when you're speaking.
Yeah,
to
see, I had the
someone.
aggressive
So
node
if you need to
picked,
get
and
your
he's
second
just kind
win
of a...
before a fight,
I don't see
making
how.
Small talk can buy you time.
But if I'm running on adrenaline, won't chatting take me off my guard?
It can. So if you need to get to the point, act instead of fight. For example, if you don't think I have any more to teach you, then you could just say, I'm done with this. I wouldn't think any less of you. You seem to have the basics down.
Why wouldn't I just shoot someone instead of talking to them?
Sometimes it is better if you shoot first. Still, approaching someone to talk to them can allow you to get
Yeah.
the drop on them if you get close
That
enough
would be
to
kind of
strike.
fun.
Use it if you
Like,
have
a
to, if
completely-
the conversation isn't going your way. Assuming there's even a way you want the conversation to go.
Like,
So how
if
do I know
the
what
dialogue
provokes
options were
someone?
completely
Rather
out of your
rattle them if I
hand,
can.
outside maybe a few
If that's
specific
what you want to
choices,
do, pay attention to the clues in your
and it was sort of
environment.
randomly determined
Sometimes
from one
people
run
will
to the
have
next, that would
advice,
be kind of
and
fun.
intel can help. But there's another way. Read much?
Mostly tech user manuals. Then I rewrite them.
You just sort of have to
There's
play
a host
that,
of information out there
you have to
through
play that mic
dossiers,
accordingly.
Email and other documents that represent total research others have collected on a target, organization, or operation.
And what does that
Yes,
get
it
me
is.
exactly?
Oh, we will be doing that,
Sometimes
don't you
spot
worry.
Obvious triggers. People who don't respond well to smartasses, like me. Others who respect loyalty, duty, a professional
And yeah,
approach.
this is basically
Others who
trying
don't
to
have time for
contextualize
bullshit and like it when you
the
get to
way
the
the,
point.
the reputation
But
system
dossiers
works in this
just
game.
don't contain psych information. They'll usually have combat information on your target as well. What side they
And
favor,
it's not a
any
bad
past
attempt to do
injuries,
so. It
common
can just feel
weapons,
a
or
little
tactics they
bit...
use. Some of it blunt,
What's the word
some
I'm
of it
looking
subtle.
for?
But if push comes
They're
to
trying
shove,
to
it can
take
give you an
video
edge in
game
combat.
information
The more you've done your
and
homework, the
turn
more
it into an
vulnerable
actual
they'll be.
conversation. I respect the effort,
So when
it's
the
just...
guns come out,
it feels a little
the
bit odd
dossier
to me.
can come into play. Have you read mine?
Several times.
You have
Yeah,
dossiers on
the stream delay
everyone?
complicates the
Yeah,
ability
you can dig 'em
to
up.
turn
Might
to
learn
chat
a
for
few things.
decisions.
Sometimes reading a dossier will give
What
you
I'll
more
probably
options
do
when dealing
is,
with
when there's a
others.
big decision to
A
be
few
made ahead of
facts to bring
time,
up
I'll
to shake
pause
secrets
and
loose.
let chat
What
know.
about you?
Because, yeah,
You
I
should
have...
already know what makes me happy, Mike, and what pisses me off.
At what point can I start accessing personnel records and conducting surveillance?
After meeting
Yeah,
a target
since
or
I played
hearing
through this
the
game
name
several
referenced
times, I
by
know
someone
basically what's
else,
going to happen,
you
so
should have
I
a
will
target ID.
try
Then hop onto
to
the database and
solicit...
start doing your homework.
I'll try to
You
get
can usually
input
unlock
from
their
chat
basic information
ahead
at
of
that
time
point.
before
Let's
conversation
start with
begins.
a simple one. Al-Samad. That should be familiar to you.
The terrorist group.
Yes, you can research groups as well as people. It doesn't carry the same benefits, but it can provide useful intel in the field. Talking to people about others is a good way to help gain dossier information. Sometimes people will have information on someone that can unlock a brand new thread in your computer search.
Okay, so I've suffered through your interrogation and know how to give one if need be. Am I ready or
The
not?
sunglasses kind of make
We'll
the
see.
eyelashes there look
Meet me
weird.
in
It
the
sort of looks like
command
they
center.
stand
I
out
can
through
give
the
you a
lenses
proper
when the
mission
rest of the
briefing.
eye doesn't.
Good, because I'm sick of this room.
Trust me, Mike. If it was up to me, you'd never see this interrogation cell again.
Nice. Duly noted, Beggar. Duly noted.
Recognize him?
That's Sheikh Ali Shaheed, the voice of Al-Samad. They say he was responsible for shooting down...
Oh,
that
I've had a
airliner
copy
in
for
the
a
Middle
while.
East.
I actually have a
Word
physical
around the
copy,
agency is a prototype missile
and I
shot
think I
down
just
that
grabbed it
airliner.
on Steam
Had a multi-stage
before we
targeting
got...
system called
I
Jacob's
thought
Ladder.
it was still on
Halbech's had
in
the
the
system in
store. I'm not
development for
100% sure.
years.
But I've had it for a
They
while.
finished it. That's cutting-edge tech for a missile.
Missiles. He's got
Yeah, I
more.
actually got a
He
phys-
stole
I
them
actually
from
grabbed the
Halbech
physical
and
copy
gave them
back when I was
before
ready
he
for the
gets any
site.
more trigger happy.
So
And we want you to kill him.
Understood.
it was an
But
interesting review to
if the
write.
opportunity presents itself. should
Obviously,
take
it
a
didn't
while.
score
If you
terribly
can.
well, and I
Either
mostly
way, we want
agree
him
with
out
the
of
scores it
picture
got.
And away from any more taped broadcasts.
But I do have a
If
soft
I can
spot
bring him
for it.
back here,
It lets you do some interesting things and
All
has
right,
some
then, pack your gear.
kind of cool plot
You're heading to
developments as you
Saudi
go.
Arabia.
not coming with me?
I'll be there in spirit. And on video and radio when needed, Agent.
And I just got here. Oh, well, I'm gonna miss this place.
I think the issue is it
I
has
got it.
licensed music,
I'll contact you
and
when
they
you're in
probably
Saudi
couldn't re-up the
Arabia.
license. For a very memorable sequence in Moscow when we get there. Yep. That's always obnoxious. So yeah, one nice little detail, every time you finish a mission, it'll provide a summary of what happened, and the colored text indicates things you could have done differently. Like in this case, we cleared bonus objectives for all 3, and that went well. and you can sort of see the effects from one mission to the next. Like when you make a decision in a previous one that affects the next one, you'll see like red and green text saying, okay, consequence of this mission going forward is this and this. This group will be more alerted to your presence. This group might be packing better weapons and armor. They make it very clear what the consequences are of your decisions, both short-term and long-term, and within the structure of an otherwise fairly linear campaign, it's pretty interesting what they managed to pull off.
Care to explain how Halbeck lost its missiles?
Old news. An accounting error.
Hey, Fred the Tascure.
The missiles. You didn't lose them, did you?
Angry, Mr.
I think that's how you
Thornton?
pronounce his name.
Because of what happened in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I gotta turn the voices up. And that guy, he's such a great villain. He's just so perfectly
Mike, can you
punchable.
read me? I'm getting lots of interference.
I made it to Saudi Arabia, sir. I'm at the safe house.
I guessed that much. See any shadowy agents in trench coats at the airport?
No, sir, I don't think so.
That was a joke, Mike.
Yeah,
Let's
there's
see
gonna
how
be
it
a lot of
goes
that.
Anyway. Finding Shaheed is your primary objective. Trouble is, we don't know his location, but we have 3 leads. An arms dealer, Nasri, is believed to have sold the missiles to Shaheed, and he's currently operating in Saudi
I always kind of
Arabia.
like that,
If
actually.
you can intercept him, maybe he can tell you where Shaheed is, or guide you to the
Like when
missiles.
you sign into,
Do we have
like when you
anything
get
else
into a
on
game
Nazareth?
for
Nothing
after you've
more
been
than
away
what's
for
in
a
his
while, and they
dossier.
give you a short summary,
If you could manage
like what
to
they
make
did in The
any
Witcher 3
contacts
whenever
and
you load
find
a
out
save.
more, we'd welcome it. We also tracked down the location of an airfield.
I'm pretty
Shaheed
sure
used
he
the
is in here
past.
somewhere.
If you can sneak in and plant a list.
I don't know if he's a
device,
character,
you
but
may
I'm
be
pretty
able
sure
to
his
track
voice
flights
is.
Shaheed is using to move through Saudi Arabia.
And the third lead?
We've got the coordinates of an Al-Samad detention camp, also used as a stockpile for weapons. We suspect the missiles may be stored there.
Any backup, sir?
Just Darcy on the comm.
Any backup, sir?
Funny, Mike. Darcy's enough. We'll want you to go in alone, recon the area, and shut down their radar and communications. Once that's down, we can call in air support and hit the camp hard.
No pressure.
And no backup. Get used to it. It's the job. You check out your new home yet? It's got some perks you might be interested in.
Anything beyond the weapons locker?
Thought that might hold your attention.
It did. Anything else?
A computer with a hub connection so fast you'll feel like you're going back in time.
What, to the Stone Age? Please.
You can do dossier research, encrypted emails, and if need be, access some of the weapons dealers in the area. That'll be done on your own dime, however, using whatever funds you can find in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, he's,
I understand, sir. We wouldn't want Alpha Protocol tied to any
I mean, I
weapons
suppose you're not going to get a
in the
very
Middle East.
charismatic type leading a
Exactly.
super secret spy agency.
The weapons locker you already found, help yourself
But
to
let's
what's
just say he's
inside.
putting a lot of
Just be sure to
faith in a
choose the
rookie
ammo and
agent.
armor you think suits the mission. When you're ready to head out,
I mean, the whole
just
point
use
is
the
you're
front
sending
door
individual
or
agents out on
access
kind
the
of
missions
denial
from the main
actions.
terminal. I'll have already uploaded all the missions.
And yeah,
links
he
to your
explained that the whole
PDA.
point is that it can't be
You can
traced
review them
back
at
to
any
this
time.
one super secret organization.
Alright, so is that it?
Exactly, yeah.
Western.
We're not dealing with them here.
Great. Home sweet home.
Alright, so this is our apartment in Saudi Arabia. Oop, we leveled up again. Alright, yeah, we are going to get... I think I can get to chain shot. Yes, I can. Hell yeah. Alright, so that will be super, super handy. Important skills to level up for pretty much any... sabotage is pretty important for just about any playthrough, just because that gives you better reaction time on hacking and better rewards for doing so, and just about every build is going to be doing a lot of it. You can burn EMPs to quickly get through doors and find other ways to deal with security systems and such, but there's some things you can only access by hacking computers. So more time and more benefits for doing so are always worth investing in. Basically, yeah. He lacks the heart that made Lambert special. Alright, let's go to our weapons locker here. Oh yeah, look at all that spy gadgetry. Okay, yeah, we're going to be sticking with the shotguns, pistols build. If I recall right, let's see. Yeah, you get starter weapons for each category. You can safely sell off anything you're not using. Me too, Zero. You know, I like Blacklist well enough. It lacked. The series has been lacking humor ever since Double Agent. I mean, you know, Chaos Theory was the last unambiguously good one, but I did enjoy Blacklist to a degree. Like, there were some sections where you'd go on missions and it'd be fairly open, and you'd have multiple ways you could accomplish your objectives. The gadgets were fun, mostly the story and presentation were decent, and they had a few interesting twists to the plot, but there's a soul to the game that's been missing in action since Chaos Theory. Let Sam Fisher joke again, I'm just saying. Anyway, alright, so we got some emails here. Alright, guessing Westridge already gave you the lecture about not using agency funds in your high-profile assassination missions. Aside from what's in your safe house, you'll have to make use of whatever you can borrow, swipe, or steal. If you need supplies, try the clearinghouse. It's a black market internet exchange. Oh yeah, so we're basically buying guns on Silk Road. There's a seller there named Mongoose who should be able to provide you with the basics while you're in Saudi Arabia. Oop. Sadly, scrolling the mouse wheel does not scroll down the email, but it scrolls down this thing. Let's see. Speaking of stealing, a contact of mine in the U.S. government just dug up an Al-Samad's slush fund buried in a Jordanian bank account. We closed the login credential, blah blah, etc. She's giving us some money. That's a good question. I think Ironside was still there for Double Agent. They went with someone else for Conviction, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, wait, hold on a second. I think I forgot to... God damn it. I think I could have replied there. There are reasons besides being completionist to want to max out reputation. You basically get little perks while you're a handler, and there are certain other things it affects as well. And Mina will be your handler for the majority of the game, so it's a good idea to either maximize or reduce or rep it as much as possible. You get a perk either way, different ones for each one, for positive and negative. Anyway. Okay, no reply, never mind. I was hallucinating. Like I said, Perception 1. That's my build, and I'm sticking with it. Here we go, this is the one we can reply to. Alright, so she's given us a cover email address working for Halbeck. And that, again, that's a name we'll be hearing a whole lot. Interesting detail here, your login password is Able Danger. I know that's a reference to something in the CIA's history, I'm just not exactly sure what. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. It was something... I want to say it was connected to the Bay of Pigs, but I'm not 100% sure. Actually, no, wait, I'm sorry. That was Operation Northwoods. That's a reference that will come up later. Anyway. Mina likes her professionals, so we will be professional with her. Alright, this is Darcy talking about the mission we'll be dealing with him. So yeah. Some things you need to know. Mission comes thanks to a local contact of mine. Yeah, I've got a ton of contacts in the area. What can I say? My grasp of the Arabic language is rivaled only by my charm and modesty. Again, Darcy is a man you put up with because you absolutely have to, and then deal with him in the manner of your choosing as soon as it is convenient. Sadly, we will not be able to do anything like that for some time. But anyway, yeah, this guy's a cool cat. Double Agent has everyone on Al-Samad convinced he's one of them, so he gets us solid leads. Okay, so this base we're going to was built in 1960, blah-de-blah-de-blah, boring history stuff. Local weather patterns suggest a sandstorm will hit soon. This is significant. We'll be able to use this for cover. Take advantage of the reduced enemy visibility and hearing the storm provides. I'll be your handlers for this mission, but not your nanny. I know I tackled this mission with stealth and a shit ton of explosives for when that fails. Store banned Pritchard. Able Archer's the thing I most remember. That was a dangerous war game that nearly caused a war. Okay, yeah. It might have something to do with that. Alright, cool. If you need supplies, I have a local contact that should suffice. His name's Murad, and he's a shameless mercenary, arms dealer, unafraid to peddle with any weapon. So yeah, we'll have access to different gear based on people we have access to throughout the game. This is just setting up some baseline people we can always buy gear from. So, let's go back and visit this clearinghouse. Store brand Pritchard? Kinda, sorta. Pritchard eventually develops redeeming qualities, and there are moments with Darcy that hint at a guy who could be a decent person and even legitimately good agent. under normal circumstances, and there are issues with him in his background we'll dig into. Yeah, we will sell off the starter assault rifle for now, and the starter machine gun. We might get some points in assault rifle. It sort of depends how much skill we have to play with, but for now we'll be sticking with pistols and shotguns. So, most important thing you can buy from the clearinghouse is intel. This is somewhat confusingly labeled. Basically, these give you little perks that apply to missions and can also give you information on specific people for your dossier. Able Archer 83. Okay, yes, it was a Cold War era war game. Anyway, so, bonus objective for arms dealer mission. Anonymous black market sources offering intel on Nasri's weapons shipments. So if you buy these, it can do things like point you to weapon stashes in a mission that wouldn't otherwise be there, or provide vulnerabilities you would otherwise have to work around. So, we'll buy basically everything here. So yeah, in this case, an American private military company will run a sortie not far from Nasri's location and draw out any alert staff. That means we'll have fewer guards to deal with when we get to the guy we're looking for. And a detailed map of Nasri's security systems, that's helpful. Supply shutter and more weaponry at bargain rates, which you can then swipe during your mission. Nice. Exactly, yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll just buy everything, why not? Alright, now... Alright, so here's our dossiers. We're only just starting to learn about Alpha Protocol, Al-Samad, Halbech. In this case, Al-Samad, like we said, it's a legally distinct version of Al-Qaeda, for whatever that's worth. Terrorist organization that rose in the late 1980s. Al-Samad's operations had spread from the Middle East to cells throughout major European and North American cities. Though small in scale, Al-Samad holds strong to its militant and extremist views, and has shown itself intent on expansion and recruitment, seeking any means necessary to achieve its goals. Their figurehead and chief financier is the Sheikh Ali Shaheed, who has claimed responsibility for shooting down a civilian airliner in the Middle East with a prototype missile manufactured by Halbech. And this is where you get into more specific faction information. So yeah, Al-Samad soldiers are loyal, but generally not well trained. Elite agents amongst the ranks of the organization, usually identified by red ski masks, have better training and weapons than the rank and file. Al-Samad's danger lies in their numbers, and their quick response time in calling out alarms and alerting the rest of their cells and any intruders. They're usually armed with dated assault rifles. So you do see little variations from one group to the next, how one is more likely to use explosives and electronic gadgets, one will have more precision weapons and armor. In this case, the rank and file aren't going to be terribly dangerous, but they do have a few elite soldiers to worry about, and they'll be more numerous than most of the people we deal with. These are the more specific dossiers. So as for the guy we're looking for, Ali Shaheed is an oil sheikh with strong ties to political figures in the Middle East and the West. He's incredibly wealthy, from both his oil interest and the political favors he's been granted in exchange for access to his oil. Shaheed frequently intercedes on behalf of his Western and European friends in Middle East affairs. Shaheed is monitored by Interpol and numerous intelligence agencies, and is widely known as the voice of Al-Samad, responsible for several anti-American broadcasts over the past several years. So if you collect enough information, you max out the dossier, you'll get a secret fact, which doesn't itself count for completion, that'll tell you something about them that sometimes is interesting to know. Like sometimes you'll have a character where you have to make a snap decision about them, and what you know about them based on their dossier might inform your decision one way or the other. And yeah, this tells you a little bit more about the people we're dealing with, and it'll actually tell you what to expect from them in a conversation. Like we saw with Parker, he doesn't really deal with people very well. He's commented more than once that he perceives everyone as a tool, and if not a tool, then they are a liability. Keep that in mind, because that will be coming up later. Anyway. Let's see. How are we doing on money? Alright, definitely can't afford that. Anyway, let's get to a mission. In fact, hold on a second. Let us customize our appearance a little bit more. Let's go with something a little more interesting. Outstanding. Now there's a look that'll blend in. Say goodbye to Mike Thornton. Say hello to Juan Suave, Latino lumberjack. Alright. So we've got 3 missions we can go through here. We can deal with them in any order. So one of them is looking for an arms dealer that might be connected to the shipment of the missiles. One is a weapon stockpile where the missiles were originally held. One is an airfield frequently used by Al-Samad. You can tackle these in any order, and the order you do them will have little effects from one mission to the next. Like you might unlock additional intel that can add other options, or change the dialogue you get from different people, reveal certain information. There's a lot of interesting variations based on what you do and the order you do it. Anyway, yeah, we'll go to the weapon stockpile first. It's a good starter mission. Darcy will be our handler. We'll actually get a bonus to gadget damage, which won't be much of a factor here, because we'll be trying to keep it quiet. But anyway, the intel we bought for this mission, we arranged for additional supplies to be dropped off. Darcy's contact revealed tricks to disabling security, which, reduces the difficulty of hacks. And a private military company started a skirmish off-site, so there's going to be fewer guards. Let's go. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
What's up, Mikey? Problems already?
Just checking in. Had some questions about the mission and Alpha Protocol.
Well,
Exactly,
I guess I
yeah.
should feel lucky you're not within shooting distance after the cheap shots you took on the firing range.
The Al-Samad detention camp where they got the weapon stockpiles. Anything you can tell me?
Getting satellite imagery of the area has been hard. My contacts haven't turned up much.
What's the problem with the imagery?
Camp's remote and dug into the side of a canyon. Beautiful view, but lousy for spying from above.
Anything else you can offer? I'd hate to go into this mission blind.
Actually, you may not have much choice, so I'm glad you asked. The
Alright,
thing about
that
the
upgraded
camp
the
is
handler
weather.
bonus.
Sandstorms are hitting the area pretty hard, which is to your advantage.
How?
It cuts down visibility for you and them. You need to sneak in before they know you're there. So just wait for the storm to kick up, then take them out.
Alright, good to know.
Oh, one other thing. They've dug in deep, with a maze of tunnels beneath the camp. If they've got any weapons down there, it's gonna be a pain getting to them.
So what do you recommend?
They probably have as much trouble finding their way around as you do. So
among the
follow
most
power
legendary of
lines or
one-hit
warp lights
wonders.
when you can. Might guide you to where they've got their stockpiles.
Got it. If they use those same routes to move around, shouldn't be too hard to pick them off either.
I'll upload what maps I have to your PDA. They probably keep the weapons in the bottom of the base in case they, explode.
Sounds like you're gonna be my handler when I infiltrate the Al-Samad camp.
Yeah, I got stuck hand-holding you. Hope that's not a problem.
Nothing's wrong, just making sure we're good.
Look, orientation's one thing, a mission's another. People think I have an
Interesting
attitude,
side
but it
note,
doesn't
you
mean
can
I'm
actually
doing
go
my
to his
job.
training
I
thing
admit,
after you go to
I'd
Mina
rather
and
be on
shoot
the
him.
mission, but you're the one Westridge picked,
And
so
he'll
let's
be
get
there
this
and
done.
more or less act the same, but he'll just have some comments about it. Like, he won't
Longer than
actually be
you,
hobbled.
so yeah, long enough.
It'll just be kind of
You're a
extra
problem.
annoyed at you after
I
you
was
shot
just
him.
curious how you managed to get this mission instead of me. But if you don't want to tell me, that's fine too.
I don't remember asking for it so much as it being dumped in my lap.
So there wasn't even a discussion? I heard there was a chance I could have gone.
Never came up in conversation.
Huh. Alright. I thought you might have...
So yeah,
convinced
Darcy's a bit
Westridge
jealous
not
because
to
he feels
send
like he
me,
should be
because
going
I
on
was
this
wrong.
mission.
That's all I need. See you in the field, Darcy.
And that will come up a fair bit. But, yeah, when there weren't civilian satellites. Yeah, exactly. It's fun to think... It's amusing that this is technically a period piece now. It's weird to think of the 2010s having a distinct
Yeah.
feel.
Sit rep.
No
But this
radio
does have
chatter,
that
no
feel.
alarms. Looks like you did a good job of getting in under their radar. Wish our choppers could. Would have saved us a lot of trouble.
Bad intel.
No,
Alright.
sandstorms. They fuck with the satellite imagery.
Alright,
But
you can
they're
see
great
there he's
for
got his
someone
hand up
moving
over
in
his
on
face.
foot.
That gives us a
Let you
chance
get in
to
for the kill before
get
the
in
bad guys
close.
know you're there.
So, wait for a storm, use it as cover.
That's the idea. Probably won't be that simple. But hey, that's why they sent you instead of me, right?
Alright. Pistols. Do I have any tranq rounds? A few. We'll make these count. There is a bonus perk to your endurance for dealing with opponents non-lethally, so I'm going to try to take a lot of these guys out as quietly as possible. But several of these missions will get loud. And there are actually a few points where alarms are unavoidable and you got to respond to a security team or a strike force or something. Scripted, but you do want to be careful. Alright, there's a guy up top. And yeah. Oop. Where's that? So yeah, maps here, not terribly helpful. They do that Fallout, they do that new Fallout thing where they sort of overlay all the levels onto each other, so it's just kind of a confusing mess. They tried to distinguish it here, but just look at this friggin' thing. You figure out how you're supposed to navigate the camp there. Anyway. So there's a guy up there. Oh, actually. There he is. I know, it's nasty. Yeah, I honestly think I can count the number of games that legitimately have an actually good mini-map or a map on one hand. Like, there are acceptable games with maps, but most of them do something annoying to make them kind of a liability. But this one just is extremely unhelpful. Like I said, most of the missions are fairly linear anyway. It is very difficult to get lost in this game. Alright. Sneaky, sneaky. Alrighty. I gotta have some puns ready. Problem is that it randomly chooses your takedown animation, so it can have a couple different things going for it. Yeah, Doom 2016 was fair. Fuck. Alright. Now, in spite of him literally shooting a gun at me, that didn't alert anybody. Probably because they haven't spawned yet. Actually, I think this is a... Oh, nice. We have a sound generator. Perfect.
At the camp. They're dug in pretty deep.
Any sign of the radio tower?
Yeah, it's across the canyon from me. A lot of open ground in between.
Try not to get spotted. If you get trapped in there...
I know.
Alright, so we have us a kind of terrorist jungle gym here. A lot of guards, a lot of ways to get around. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's that guy in the MG. That's a bit of an issue. Alright. Down we go. That guy's coming this way. Might doink him with the tranq dart. Ah, damn it. See, he's just out of range, so the pistol doesn't focus. That's obnoxious. That's, I wouldn't be opposed to that, but it's very much a game you have to be in the mood for. There's a lot to talk about, obviously, especially with regards to, you know, its plot, and the way it structures its gameplay. It's kind of a commentary on military shooters. And honestly, I think that game holds up better as a straight story than it does as meta-commentary on shooters. I'll give it some thought, but no promises. Some parts of it were legit kind of hard to play through. Easy does it. Like, the main issue with it is, I don't think... Actually, did nobody hear that? Shit! Okay, nope, they heard. Here we go. Okay. So much for keeping it quiet. Oh god. Okay, we don't have any, right. Do I have grenades? And flashbangs, fantastic. But no, don't run up there, damn it. One down. Oh boy. Oh, perfect. Stealth maneuver. Shit, okay. Credit where it's due, these guys are fairly mobile. They're not always good at stopping you, but they are good at getting around the same way you are. Do I have any medkits? Yes, now would be a good time to use one. There it is. Ah, shit. Didn't really mean to use the gadget for that, but oh shit. Right. There's one of their elite boys. He gets body armor. He's important. Oh shit. Damn. Alright, there we go. Time to boogie. Ah, fuck. Well, I think that went fairly swimmingly. Send in the next super agent. Actually, drink is empty. I'm going to pause for a minute and get a refill. And since Kirby's not here to keep me honest, I will do push-ups in her stead. Actually, I'll do that real quick first. Right, let's try that again. Now, thankfully, if you're trying to avoid setting off alarms for an entire mission, restarting from a checkpoint resets your failures. So we have a chance to ghost this again. Though actually I think there is a scripted alarm that sort of screws with that. But anyway, back to it. Alright, that guy there is the issue. We want to wait until he's walking back. That guy out in the open is covered. Basically, my thinking is we take him out, circle around, take those guys out, then clear out the courtyard. Alright, we'll wait until he moves. It's not always obvious which way the game recognizes that they're looking. You see it's got animations of him looking around, but the arrow is still pointing this way, so if you try to slide down, he will get us. Shit. Brown was very much in vogue at the time, it's true. Ah, here we go. Now's my chance. Actually, silent running time. Oop. Stealth maneuver. Oop. Ah. One annoying UI thing, escape is not a universal cancel for menus. You basically have to hit a specific button for it, which is usually the same button you use to bring it up. I'm sorry, that's a paddling. If escape doesn't get you out of your menus, someone needs to be flogged at the mass for that. Well, you know, I'm trying to be quiet about this, so obviously I'd use a judo chop to the neck and, you know, flip them over. Because we don't want these guys to flip out. Okay. Yep, that is someone asleep at the wheel. I'm a forgiving soul, but within reason. Alright. Alright, we'll wait for... There we go. Is anybody up there? Shit, there is. No, there is not. Never mind. No, don't. You know what? Fuck it. Use the turret. What the hell's that? Ah, shit. Shit. Okay, we need to bump up this mouse acceleration. Or... sensitivity. Please blow up. There we go. Alright. Quite so, sir. Let's see. Shit. There. Need cover. Ow. Need real cover. Damn it. Okay. We need a distraction. Flashbang. Distract for me. Ah, it didn't work. Damn it. Somehow throwing the flashbang behind the guy I was trying to distract, it's actually not a bad falling animation, come to think of it, did not work. Actually, let's try this gizmo. Hey! Actually works as advertised, how about that? Alright, easy does it. Oh. Alright, nuts to stealth. We're going loud. I need a way up. Shit. There, not lethal. Mostly just trying to deal with the guy with the machine gun. There you are, I see you. Not a great cone of fire on the in-place turrets, so they're not terribly useful most of the time, but every now and then. Shit. Oh, god damn it.